You were never born to live a fragmented life, divided between the expectations of others and the masks you have been told to wear. From the very beginning, society whispered who you should be: obedient, accomplished, disciplined, likable. Slowly, imperceptibly, you adopted personas to navigate a world that measures your worth by conformity. These personas, as Carl Jung called them, are necessary at times. They help you survive. But when mistaken for the self, they become chains that separate you from your wholeness. Somewhere deep inside, there is a part of you that has always known you are more than these roles, more than the performance, more than the applause or criticism of the world. The shadow, Jung taught us, is not something to fear. It is not evil. It is the hidden, unacknowledged, and often rejected side of our being. It is the part of us that contains anger, desire, fear, doubt, and longing, qualities we have learned to suppress to be acceptable. And yet, this shadow is not a flaw. It is raw material for wholeness, the very foundation of individuation. When you avoid it, you fragment yourself. When you embrace it, you begin to reclaim your life, your authenticity, and your freedom. Look closely at your own existence. Have you ever noticed the quiet tension beneath the striving, the subtle exhaustion that is not physical but existential? That is your true self, calling you back from the roles you have been playing. That is the self Jung described as the totality of your being, the union of conscious and unconscious, light and shadow, thought and feeling. It is not something you must achieve. It is something you must remember. Every fear, every regret, every shameful memory you carry is not a mistake. It is part of the pattern, the texture of your life. The river flows with its curves, the tree grows with its bends, the flame flickers without asking permission. You too are flowing, bending, flickering. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a phenomenon to be realized. Life is not a ladder to climb, but a river to move through. And yet from early childhood, you were taught to chase ideals, to become someone else, to polish yourself until you are unrecognizable. You were told to earn love, to justify your existence, to measure your value by external success. The irony is that in doing so, you began to believe the greatest lie of all, that you are not enough. That you must become rather than simply be. And all this while, the self you have been searching for has been here all along, waiting quietly, silently, beneath the surface, asking only for your attention. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Feel the presence of your being before any thought, any judgment, any expectation. That awareness, that silent witness, is your truest essence. It is the river that flows, the wind that moves the leaves, the starlight that reaches across eternity. It does not struggle to exist. It does not demand to be better or different. It simply is. And so are you. You may say, but what about my past, my failures, my shame? Jung would remind us that consciousness grows not by ignoring darkness, but by illuminating it. Your mistakes, your guilt, your hidden impulses, they are the shadow asking to be integrated. By acknowledging them, naming them, embracing them, you reclaim the energy that has been trapped in avoidance. You begin to live fully, no longer divided, no longer performing for approval. You are alive, and that life itself is enough. Now consider the masks you wear. The good child, the strong adult, the successful professional, the pleaser of others, all these masks were given to you by the world. They are not your true self. They are useful, but they are not you. You are the one beneath the mask. You are the observer, the consciousness, the mystery, the aliveness that flows through every thought, every feeling, every breath. And here is a small but powerful practice. Declare it openly. In the comments below, type this phrase: I am more than my mask. Let it be your declaration, a reminder to yourself and others that the self cannot be confined by roles, expectations, or appearances. It is the totality of your being, waiting to be recognized, waiting to be lived. As you take this step, notice the liberation within. You no longer need to chase perfection. You no longer need to polish yourself to meet external standards. You no longer need to fight to be good enough. Instead, you begin to flow with life as it is. Like a tree stretching toward the sun without asking permission. Like water moving through rocks and valleys. Like stars tracing their courses across the night sky. You too are unfolding naturally, perfectly, unavoidably. Subscribe to this channel to continue exploring the journey of self-discovery, to engage with your shadow, and to remember the power and wholeness that have always been yours. Share your experiences, reflect on your growth, and participate. In a community committed to truth, authenticity, and inner freedom, you do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to perform. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to remember who you already are. You are the self, complete and eternal, more than your masks, more than your fears, more than your doubts. You are life itself, flowing through human form, perfectly imperfect, infinitely mysterious, and endlessly precious. So stop chasing who you are supposed to be. Stop struggling to meet expectations that are not yours. Stop trying to fix the unbroken. Instead, breathe, notice, observe, embrace, and remember, you are more than your mask, and that is more than enough.